And then I called up to say that I'm outside. Is it okay for me to come in? The neighborhood itself was dilapidated. I walked into the house and sat down and was talking, and the kids, they were being taken care of. They felt happy, but they're growing up in poverty. I mean, that neighborhood itself, none of us would want our kids to grow up there. Absolutely. But that is the reality of Detroit.
And if you want to know what people's lives are like, you can do what you did.
Right.
You go, I don't know how many films I've made where you go, I went to Flint and sit at a woman's kitchen table, okay, with stacks of water almost to the ceiling.
Yeah, right.
Okay? That's what's going on in Flint. You want to know, you can read about it and see it on TV.
Right.
But when you go there and see, she's putting bottles of water, it took 30 minutes, put bottled water heated on the stove and into a tub to bathe their kids. That was her life every day.
Yeah.
So if you don't know that and you don't experience it, you can't talk about it.
No, not at all. And see, in Detroit, again, it's as if the mayor and his people believe that to address the issue of poverty, to address the issue of true Detroit is some type of an admission of failure. Yeah. It wouldn't be an admission of failure at all. It would mean that you have a mayor who feels the pain of his city and is developing policy to address those issues. No one expects a mayor by themselves to solve the issue of poverty in Detroit. But the mayor can be the front person.
That's right.
The vanguard to address the issue and marshal the resources that really make a difference in that mother trying to make ends meet for a family of three.
And you know this, basically, Detroit Rescue Mission,
right?
They know what people's lives are like. And that's how you can go make a difference. Because you know what? You can say, I know what these children are going through. I know what these families are going through. And you can make a difference. But you got to experience.
Right.
No, you can't talk about it. You got to go there, see it firsthand, and then you find some passion, something in your heart to make you say, we got to change this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. And
we're not getting that.
Yeah, and it has to be more than just announcing some big initiative in the community and the press shows up. How about you just show up one day and say, look, these two kids have been to this, this neighborhood is unacceptable what is happening here. I'm fighting because these two kids right here also deserve a future.
Actually, we need a small room for the media. By themselves, we should do a seminar for the media in terms of addressing Detroit issues because they have a stereotypical approach in terms of how they cover issues in Detroit. We talk about the mayor ignoring the issues of poverty. Well, and of course, they're very shallow anyway, the electronic media. Print journalists can go a lot more into depth. But these folks need an unbiased approach to covering stories in Detroit. There are Pulitzers waiting to happen for some of these jerks that they would just move beyond the teleprompter. A lot of these folks, they read the news, but they don't know how to cover and generate the stories that are out there right before them, because that might mean they have to think and write.
Stories are right there waiting to be told.
They're right there. But the media, and see, the reason I mention the media is because they're such a key component to how Detroit is portrayed, branded, and the type of resources that we're capable of getting. If you are not perceived in a reality-based manner, then resources that need to be marshaled for human beings instead go for shiny objects, like buildings.
Well, see, I'm going to tell you exactly what the problem is. Now, this man, he writes stories and tells the truth. And what happens? Folks get mad. They don't want to do anything about it. They don't want to fix that problem. They just want him to shut up, stop talking about it.
They want to whip the message.
That's right. And that's the problem.
Kill the message.
Detroit media is not doing enough to highlight these real-life issues that people are confronting every day.
Yeah, rather than deal with the issues raised by Redline and Banker Lay Thompson, why is Tony Motley on there? And why in the heck is Sam Riddle on there? Rather than deal with the issue, right? They were discussing poverty today. They were discussing the failure of schools. They were discussing the violence and the crime in Detroit that results in folks' cars getting broken into. Actually, two of the three of us here had our cars broken into.
And you know what? When you go to other communities and you see what their schools are like and what the path that those children walk to school, and you park by any Detroit public school, most of them, and you look what our kids have to walk by and walk through, it's no comparison.
But, I think it also starts with the media. We have to do a better job, like Sam said, and Tony, you raised it, because you've been in this business. It starts with us, start asking some simple, basic questions. I think we need to move away from, the latest big announcement, so how's that going to take the city? No.
Right.
Let's start answering some basic questions. Mr. Mayor, the census report says we're the largest poverty city. In the next 5 years, how do you bring these numbers down? Get the mayor to start using the word poverty.
And you look about these tax foreclosures that happened in Detroit, and you look at the projections of wealth, and black people are expected to be bankrupt by 2050.
Yeah.
So that's especially true in Detroit.
Right.
Mr. Mayor, what you going to do about it?
Right.
And home ownership is, why can't you start putting people who need a home in some of these houses?
They have affordable housing, but Sam calls it affordable housing, not affordable.
Right.
Yeah, affordable housing. Nah.
Let's go to Erica. Erica has a question or comment.
Hi, Bankalay. I'm enjoying your show as usual.
Thank you.
So I believe that your earlier callers, Eric and Harry, are scholars, as well as you, Sam, and Tony.
Thank you.
Well, I am neither Democrat nor Republican,
Mm-hmm.
but I do vote. I've always voted, both primary and general elections, for whom I believe is the right candidate. And if he happens or she happens to be white, then in my opinion, then that's who I get. I want the right candidate.
Okay.
So after watching Gretchen Whitmer's weak performance on Netflix last night, unless she gets a strong black woman, like, for example, Lavonia Perriman, or a strong black man like Sam Riddle, to run as lieutenant governor,
Right.
both of whom will energize the Democratic ticket, I may well join Eric and vote for Bill Schuette. And I believe other blacks may vote for Bill Schuette, especially those of us who want the right candidate. And I know
What would you get?
he's not. He's too old and all sort of kind.
Erica, what would you get out of Bill Schuette? What's Bill Schuette going to do for you?
He may not do anything for me personally, but I just believe he's a better candidate. Gretchen Whitmer, not personal, but I always, I told you I'm not one person because I'm a woman. I vote for a woman.
Yeah.
She has to be the right woman.
Right.
I did not vote for, what's that lady's name who was governor before?
Yeah.
I didn't vote for her. I knew she was not telling the truth about it.
I hope. Thank you so much, Erica. I think Erica has made some interesting points. I hope the Democratic Party is listening here. Here's one. So
I agree. I think the thing about it is that none of the people that, Gretchen Whitmer in the first place, doesn't strike the forward people, doesn't get people passionately motivated. When Barack Obama ran, he was a historic candidate, but he's not. It wasn't just because he was black.
Right.
And so
he energized people.
Exactly.
Right.
He energized people, made people, and she's not doing it.
Let's take a call from Steve. Steve and Dan and Van, I'm coming to you. Steve, go ahead. Question or comment?
Gentlemen, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Lavonia Mike giving a race speech in Mackinac is like me being a French teacher giving a speech to Spanish-speaking people. I can go in a room and say anything, and they'll hum and ha because they don't understand what I'm saying. Nobody on Mackinac who in that audience can understand the plight of all urban cities in the state of Michigan. Nobody. So it's a waste of time. And he surrounded himself, if you look at his appointees, and you look at the Negroes that he's paid off, he surrounded himself. He's not even trying to speak the language of the natives of Detroit. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But look who he surrounded himself by. And I'll say this. I have not voted for a mayor since Coleman Young. And I believe Dennis Archer was the cornerstone to the consent agreement. And I'll say to you, gentlemen, if you look at the definition of a mayor, if you look at the city charter as to what the mayor is supposed to do, I can tell you right now, we don't have a mayor. Because the natives are going without. Natives are going wanting. And we're subsidizing everything from Alta Road to Falcon.
Right. Thank you so much, Steve. Let me do this. I got to move quickly. Let's see if we can take Dan and Van. You can make it quick for me, please. Dan, are you there? Go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
One question I'm asking. You played an audio clip of Coleman Young talking about poverty. Can you possibly post that? Because I think his analysis is spot on.
Okay. I will do that on Monday. Thank you so much, Dan. Van, you're the final call. Question or comment?
Yes, this is Vern. This is Friday hotline for Titus. I was just trying to understand something. I'm looking at the names in here in Wayne County. Whether you're black or white, if you don't have a English, Dutch, Irish, or Welsh name, you don't get elected. Such as people like Young, Henderson, McNamara, Holmes, Hill Patrick, Watson.
Right. So your point is?
The point is that if you are, no matter what color you are.
Yeah, you gotta have Irish name appeals. No question about that. Yeah.
No, that's Irish English.
Irish is English. I think so. Thank you so much, Van. They don't speak French. They speak English. Final comments.
I received a text from someone. They said the problem with you guys is you only see things from a black perspective, and they don't really care for us out there. It's true. With me, race is everything. Race matters. I'm proud and respectful of the fact that I do see things from a black perspective because no one is making decisions predicated upon that in power today. Somebody needs to speak from and look at it from that perspective.
Well, all black perspectives aren't the same, and if anything else would not be authentic.
Right.
Sorry for telling the truth.
Well, I'm going to end it up with this way. We hold these truths to be self-evident that race matters. We hold these truths to be self-evident that Detroit is the headquarters of poverty in America. And we hold these truths to be self-evident that we'll continue on this show to rattle the cage and shock the conscience. That's why we call it Fire Friday.
All right. And still love you, texter. Keep texting. It's all good.
All right, Tony, one more.
I'm done.
All right. Okay. Thank you all for listening. I will be back Monday with more on Redline. Thanks to our panel here, Sam Riddle, Political Director, Michigan Chapter National Action Network. Victor Wheeler said, "Give them hell, Sam," with 3 exclamation marks. And Tony Martin here, veteran Emmy Award-winning producer, the longtime producer of American Black Journal back in the day. Erica said, "How is Shuli the right candidate? Consequences." Hey, good question, Erica. We'll treat all of your questions on Monday next week. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. This is Redline on 910 AM, the future of radio. And the Reverend Al Sharpton is up next.
Since 1996.